Thank you, Matt. I can use all the good lighting I can get. So when I was in high school about 13 years ago, I had 6 full-time PE teachers. Students had many choices of classes that they could take, and they had plenty of time in which to complete them before graduation. I recently went back to my high school, and I was surprised that they were down to only 3 PE teachers. As I was talking to my former teacher, who had been there for 19 years, he expressed concern for his position at the high school because of new requirements to graduate. I found myself wondering, how can a high school go from 6 PE teachers to only 3 in about 13 years when the obesity epidemic is such a prevalent issue today? As it turns out, my high school isn't the only one cutting back on PE. Since 2001, when the No Child Left Behind Act was passed, 44% of the nation's administrators have cut significant amount of PE and recess from schools to be able to add more reading and math courses. It is also happening right here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis just passed a requirement that changed the students must have it changed from 1 semester of both PE and health to 1 full year of each course. Now I would go into more detail about how that makes me feel, but that's a whole nother TED Talk. The nation is starting to feel the effects of these decisions the schools are making. According to the Minnesota Department of Health, overweight children has tripled since 1980. In 2014, 1.9 billion adults were overweight. And of those 1.9 billion, 600 million were obese. Now, these are scary stats because it carries a huge impact on and consequences for this country. The amount of added medical costs for every year stemming from obesity-related problems is $190 billion. Cars burn 938 million more gallons of gasoline than they would if they weighed what they did in 1960. That's an extra cost of $3.4 billion. People estimate the U.S. employers are losing $164 billion a year because of obesity-related issues with their employees. We have a serious problem. With all these crazy stats I just told you, you would think that schools and the government would be emphasizing physical education and health in the schools. But it's quite the opposite. Now, I know you've heard a lot of stats from me tonight, and you're probably thinking, yeah, that's bad, but what can PE do about it? Well, physical education can have a unique opportunity to have a huge impact on the students' health and lives. For many students, PE is the only time in their lives where they'll be exposed to the knowledge and skills to live a healthy lifestyle. Imagine an 8th grade boy. Let's say this boy's name is Daniel. Daniel wakes up in the morning late because he was up all night watching movies or television. And so he grabs a Mountain Dew out of the fridge, and that's his breakfast, and he runs off to school. He eats pizza every day for lunch, and when he gets back from school, he grabs a bag of potato chips and plays video games for 2 hours until mom and dad come home with fast food dinner. Now, I know some of you might be saying that's kind of extreme, but it really isn't. That's happening all over the country every day. Physical education has a chance to change boys like Daniel's life. PE can expose students to new activities they never knew they enjoyed, making them active today and giving them the skills to be active in the future. It can also educate them on how to live a healthy lifestyle, teach them how to eat a balanced diet, and lastly, physical education can give them the confidence and self-esteem to aid in all of these endeavors. Overweight children are turning into overweight adults. To change this trend, we must educate the youth. The best opportunity we have to do this is in schools during physical education. Let's not drop the ball on providing our youth with the tools they need to succeed. Let's not drop the ball on PE. I want to leave you tonight with a quote from John Adams, because I feel like it's prevalent to what I've been talking about tonight. There are two educations. One should teach us how to make a living, and the other teaches us how to live. Thanks for listening.